Eat a blast seed, and you will attack in the direction you're facing by spitting fire. You can also throw it at enemies, which will make it explode and cause damage. It also does fixed damage, which can be pretty handy. I love fixed damage items in these games. I once, in Explorers of Sky, was going through like an optional dungeon of super difficulty and pain and doom, and especially because I took on a like job mission type thing, which stuck a boss in that dungeon, and they were it's a dungeon that sets your level to 1 when you first enter the dungeon, and the boss, I swear, must have been like, I think their level was probably like in the 70s or something. It's ridiculous. But I managed to beat them because of, you know, good use of items. I threw some items at them to like put them to sleep and paralyze them and that kind of stuff, and then, you know, just pelted them with fixed damage items, because if I threw like items where it actually factored my attack and their defense into it, I would do like 1 damage per hit. Any given move I could use against them would do the same. But with fixed damage items, I could do, well, fixed damage. It's always going to be 30 damage if you throw that specific item. Or in the case of a certain item I happened to have on hand at the time, over 100 damage, because that was a pretty awesome but rare item, and it came in pretty handy there. And I'm just kind of going off on anecdotal, irrelevant stuff, because some people might find it somewhat interesting to hear, and I don't generally have a lot else to talk about. So I talk about what I can, because I don't like to have too much quiet in LPs, because I usually feel like that's bad form or something, I don't know. But I may let myself go quiet here and there. I mean, even outside of cutscenes. We'll see what happens, just... I don't want to force myself to talk when I can't think of anything to say too much, because... Again, I want to just enjoy the game sometimes, and... If I make myself talk when I can think of really nothing to say, I'm just gonna start stressing about it, so... So that's something I seek to eliminate, is stressing about my LPs, because, I mean, no matter how hard I try, they're not going to be perfect. Even if I can make them a lot better, I cannot make them perfect. There's always going to be flaws, and, you know, so whatever, I just need to try and enjoy them. I can decide what moves I want my party members to use. Yeah, went over that before. It's good that they put all this tutorial stuff in, though. They're covering some topics that they didn't really touch on in the tutorial stuff of past games. At least I don't think they did. Ah, I can give items to Pokemon and they'll be able to use them. Looks like I got one of those types of items. Special Band. Let's see. Water's got 2 physical-based attacks and 1 special-based attack. I have got... I think that's also 2 physical and 1... Actually, no, they're all physical-based. So, I'll give the Special Band to Water, since he is actually the only one who will benefit from it. It'll power up his special-based attack, his Water Gun. Sweet, another Blast Seed and some Poke. No, not confusion. How dare you try to confuse me. I'm looking forward to just getting through this dungeon and then getting on to some stuff I haven't already seen. Ah, yes, I ran across that in the demo, too. Nice red door right there. I'm assuming there will be keys later on in the game or something that I can use to open such doors. It's kind of a returning feature, because that was in the first Mystery Dungeon, the Rescue Team games, but it wasn't in the Explorers games. I suppose that's something I could go on about a bit. This is really just kind of rehashing demo commentary at this point, but a bit of history on the series. The first game in the series came out around the time that the 3rd generation of Pokemon games was out, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. And those were the Rescue Team games, Red Rescue Team and Blue Rescue Team. For the Game Boy Advance, got an escape orb, which I can use to get back to town. That's pretty handy. Like, it's, like, instead of using the give up command. which is handy. I'm assuming that the give up command, like, there's probably... I didn't lose any items when I used it the one time in the demo just to see what it would do, but if I had to guess, it's probably... Oh no, shoot, I'm confused, and I can't control the direction of my attacks. I'm just gonna get out of the way and let water handle it, because I don't want to accidentally hit him with my own attacks. That would suck. Don't want to hurt my buddy. And then it ran out. Look at that HP regen, that is ridiculous. But, yeah. Rescue Team games came out for the Game Boy Advance and the DS, respectively. And I actually prefer Red Rescue Team for the Game Boy Advance. That's the one I would LP to. Actually, that I will be LPing. I have plans for that. More on that. You'll see about that. I have plans to do all 3 of the Mystery Dungeon games, actually, and I'm doing something different with each one of them, which I like. The thing I'm doing different with Rescue Team is that, as opposed to this game, I'll actually know what I'm doing in Rescue Team because I've played through the whole game a couple times. And I'll be having another commentator along for the ride, so 2 people, double the fun and stuff, possibly. And then for the second game, the Explorers of games, which were all only released for the DS, I will be doing something kinda unique, but also pretty involved, and it's gonna take me a really, really, really long time to get all that sorted out, so that's not an LP you should expect to see anytime in the remotely near future. Just like, I'll work on it on and off when I have time in between other projects like this, and if I'm not gonna devote crazy amounts of time to it, which I'm not, you can probably just expect to see that LP... Oh hey, Max Elixir. That'll refill all the points for all my moves, so that's a pretty awesome item, and you always want to take a couple of those along with you into dungeons. I need to stop missing. Oh shoot, I'm confused again. Water! Take care of that. You are awesome, thank you. Yeah, don't expect to see the Explorers of LP for, like, I want to say a year, or 2, or 3. I honestly don't know. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty involved, what I have to do with it, so it's gonna take me a long time. I just hope it'll be worth it. It'll probably be worth it to me, if nothing else. But yeah, the Rescue Team games came out for the DS and Game Boy Advance. The reason, I think the main reason I prefer the Game Boy Advance version, for one, it's the version I played. So, you know, it's the one I'm used to, I guess. It could largely be nostalgia in that sense. But another reason, I honestly just like the music in the Game Boy Advance version better. You'd think that the DS version's music would be better, like having superior capabilities for instruments and everything, but... Oh hey, a sparkly spot. Ooh, it's gold bars. I can receive rare items in trade. The sparkly spots are interesting. That's a new mechanic for this game. Like, usually on the bottom screen map you can see where items are, but you can't see the sparkly spots, so you have to pay attention to the top screen. Keep an eye out for those. I like the music in Red Rescue Team better than in Blue Rescue Team. Even though you'd think the DS version would sound better, I personally think that the Game Boy Advance version sounds better and just sets the mood better in some cases. I don't know. I just think, having really loved the tunes in Red Rescue Team, when I heard what they did with it in the DS version, I thought it didn't capture the mood as well in some cases. But that's just me, and it could be nostalgia talking. In any case, I am pretty sure this is the end of the dungeon. Yep.
Phew, we've come pretty far in. Hey, over there! Something's shining! Come on, Galuf!
That is pretty.
Look! Those must be the blue gems! These have got to be the gems Girder was talking about.
This does seem to be the end of the cave, after all. Looks like all we need to do is bring some of these stones back with us, huh?
Yeah, let's pick some out and head back, why don't we? Diggy dig. Diggy dig. Nice. I've got 5 here. Galuf, let's hurry back to town. Once we do, we'll have Gerda get started on our house.
Yes. Oh yeah, successfully cleared a dungeon. I am anxious to see what's beyond this point. Because like I said, the demo ended just after some cutscenes now.